So I just got off work. First day back from vacation. I'm exhausted. Um, I work retail, and like so many of us, it's not always the greatest job in the world, but I actually am one of the few that I don't mind it all that much. You know, the majority of the people that I work with, they're actually very good people. Granted, there's a lot of negative Nellies that I work with, but, that's everywhere. I think these days it's definitely very hard to stay positive just because everything's such a shit show right now, and excuse my language, but, I think it really is kind of up to you, though, to find any positivity in your life, because you're kind of responsible for your own happiness to a point. Granted, things could definitely be a lot better. See, it's like, I like retail, but I don't like retail at the same time, because it's such a thankless job, just like so many of the others. I'm not a supervisor or anything, so my responsibilities are pretty low. But, I definitely do try to work hard. I definitely feel that my customers deserve to have quality customer service. I definitely try to, even though sometimes it's frustrating because we know how the public can be. But, I believe that you deserve to be given the be our guest experience until you prove otherwise. I like to think I'm a hard worker. I am punctual. It's like I try my hardest. I'm not the fastest person in the world, but, I try. And I think that should count for something. I've worked in a lot of different places, and unfortunately, when I was younger, I had a lot of this is too hard, I quit. I did that a lot, which I'm learning from now. And my attitude now is kind of like suck it up, buttercup, for the most part, because the world, it really isn't going to care how you feel. I had to learn that the hard way. So you have to kind of be your own marching band in a way, because, and it's hard, trust me. I have always had a go-to person at work, and when I haven't had that person, it makes it so much harder. But I'm definitely realizing now that you kind of have to be your own. I mean, if you have a work bestie, that's great. I've had a few, but the unfortunate thing is, especially with retail, they never stay. So I've had some really good coworkers that have gone off to better themselves, and good for them. Or, this isn't their final stop on the tour, and that's okay, But I've definitely met some wonderful, wonderful people in this line of work. You definitely meet some characters, that's for sure. But, for the most part, it's okay. I think that a lot of the problem does lie with management sometimes. Just because, and there definitely is a difference between being a tough boss and then just being an asshole. Excuse my language. It's like, are you the type that's going to inspire your people? Are you going to be there when, shit really goes down? Can they count on you? But at the same time, can you hold down the fort when your manager's not there? Do you need him to be there all the time, or her? Or can your team function together enough where if they aren't there, things don't fall to pieces? I've had so many managers that belittle you, and they're bullies, and you know, it sucks. But then I've also had others that were phenomenal teachers and mentors, and, you know, some were very tough. You know, it's like they held you accountable, you know, shocker. You know, but, you know, there's definitely good people in this line of work. They're hard to find. But, you know, if you do find yourself with a good team, just be thankful for it, because, again, in retail and just in work in general, doesn't have to be just retail. You know, even office jobs, I'm sure, have the same dynamic to a point. Doesn't really matter if you're blue collar or white collar. You know, we all have to have co-workers for the most part. Or we all have co-workers for the most part. Sorry, I have mush mouth. But, you know, it's like my work life could definitely be better, but it could also be much worse. So I'm actually very thankful for that. Yeah, so, I mean, there's parts of my work life that I wish I could change, and hopefully in time I will. But for now, things are the way they are for a reason. Don't know what that reason is, but, you know, probably lack of initiative on my part. I've been getting complacent, which is a dangerous thing, because it feels comfortable. And I've always had a hard time stepping out of my comfort zone. And I don't want to do anything stupid, you know. So, you know, for the most part, for now, things are okay. And I'm grateful for it. I'm one of the very lucky few. You know, and again, it's not a bad thing to have a good work ethic. It's not a bad thing for you to, you know, go to work and bust your ass and do the best you can for you, though. You know, at the end of the day, it's like you have to be happy with yourself and the effort that you're putting in for yourself. So, yeah, I mean, yeah. Guess that's it.